So under file menu, you can choose increment and save. Now the increment and save, I don't really like it. It's just because no save change. Hold on, let me do something quick. How about just move? Okay. Increment and save. There we go. Now it's saved like this. I don't like the name filing that Maya did. And scene. Can you see? It add .00. So it means you have Maya.mb Maya 01 MB dot, and then you have another dot. You don't see it. It's hidden. .mb, another Maya. So in the past, though, this would confuse the system, but now Windows accept it. So, but if you save as an image, I don't think a Adobe Premiere or After Effects could read those numbers. It get confused. It confused that why there's a two dot number and then dot extension, which we don't see it. So I like to save manually, like with my name. The other thing is under Window, Settings / Preferences, and go to Preference. You can set under, look at on the category column, under Setting, File / Project, you can enable this autosave. When you enable the autosave interval, you want it Maya to save every 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So totally is up to you. So now, what it does, let me set only 1 minute. I want to show you what happened. Save. Okay. And so while we're waiting for autosave, this is what we're gonna do today. This shape. The layout might be look different than this one because of this is from last semester. I might did a different layout, but basically same concept as doing this. Okay. You figure it out. We're gonna figure it out where to cut so that we can extend the surface. Okay, so you pick some limit parts, limit the triangle, or limit the 5 corner. Right here, 5 intersection. So we kind of try to figure it out where it should be that will not distort it. See, autosave. I'm gonna click OK, and now the autosave. Let me go back. The autosave will come right here. Project autosave will be in this folder. So if somehow you lost, computer shut down, you will have at least autosave somewhere, and then basically you can copy the autosave and put it inside. Let me try it. Let's pretend it's crashed. I lost the previous file. I copy the autosave, go to scene, paste it back, and then don't double click on it. Just right click or click one and rename. Can you see? And then you just said B or something like that. Just rename it. So now the autosave, though, for this semester, your file will not be too big, only 3 megabytes. So it means if you have 50 autosave throughout the semester, 50 times 3, you can remove them. Like for example, I already back up, so I could delete this autosave. And then every 10 minutes, it just said, because I deleted, let me turn that off. I double click by accident. And that's it, how you turn on autosave and how to recover it. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that. All right, and then we're gonna build this shape. And this has a few ways to build. I'm gonna show you how to use deformer, and I'm gonna show you how to use extrude, which I don't use extrude on this because when you do extrude along the path, you really have to draw the path that looks circular and exactly straight line. That's a little harder. So, okay. And I hope that you finish this section, all three. And I did not finish. You do all three extended part with those three kind of a long rectangle. Okay, I'm gonna set up my project to the previous one, which is on D drive. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to bring the file back, saving the file and set up, but it's safe. So we will hydrant 9. See, I have so many hydrants. No hydrant file. Okay. So with this, I'm gonna put 1. Now let's take a look at the reference file, reference picture, so that we can really see how it look. That one, okay. So it look like this. It has a little circle in there connected from this base into there, right here, right? And then it's kind of a chains that looks like a S, reverse S. The top one is reverse, the bottom one is S. Okay, a little stretch. All right, so to do that, we need to think of what can we start with this hole so that we don't have to cut. Anybody? Yeah, say it again. Yes, I did. Okay. Anybody? I did record. So it has a hole. Did we use some? Maybe not. So we're gonna start off with a primitive tube pipe. It's called pipe. Look like this. See that? Let's relocate it. And this is why we built on the workspace, because everything started from the workspace. Now I just moved. If I put 0, can you see? So it's really easy. Now I'm gonna rotate sideways like this. So I started to rotate first so that I can see which direction it is. So minus 90, or you can put 90 because they are exactly same. So this is the pipe, and then we're gonna move. And if you look, when I move one axis at a time because it's kind of constrained to one direction, so that I won't go to left or right. Here we go. So we're gonna try to reposition. Here we go. And you need to turn on wireframe on shade so that you can see the wireframe on shade mode, so that we can figure it out, the layout. And under display, don't forget, heads up display, turn on poly count. We need those poly count to see how many segments we select and so on. So let me look at on the photo again. The hole is a little close to the body. Okay, so I would, and I think mine is a little too big. So the thickness need to be a little lower. How about 0.4? Oh, sorry, higher. So it will mean smaller. So 6. How about 0.55? Oh, 0.65, sorry. Here we go. I think 0.65 is about reasonable. And then how about the thickness right here on the side or on the font? Let's look at on the picture. It's not that thick. So I think these could be the height. That's the height because I rotated, right? How about 1.5? I think 1.5 is still feel like a little too thick. Let's see. Want to see the font view? Come on. Oh no, doesn't have one. Well, just use this. So let me see again. I think it's not too bad. Let's do 0.5. It's not too thin. Okay, now resolution, subdivision, exits. Let's start off with 6 because it's less geometry, seems easy to manipulate it. That's all. Now, right now the section, we need this line, right? The edge, this edge and that edge. But then on the body has the straight line in the center, so we need that extra so that we can connect the geometry, basically. And this is the same concept as working on the side and the font and attach the N-gon shape here. It's the same concept. We figured out the division, we delete some surface, and then we prepare by create more section on the body to match. Okay, so I'm gonna insert subdivision height because I rotated. The height is from, this is the height, that line. So subdivision height will be 2. Now you get 3 lines because 2, here we go. And let's focus on the overall shape of this. The outer shape, not the whole. The whole have to stay exactly same proportion. Come on. All right, here we go. That's the best view I could get. So this section, we need to prepare this. Okay, so let's see. We go to side view, the easy one, side view. Now I could see that it needs to stop right there, right? This line. So if I move, here we go. You could try to move it like this so that you get a matching nicely, and then move it down. Now I can see that the hole is in the wrong place. I'm gonna need to shrink this down a little bit. How about 0.8? Here we go. And then the thickness will have to be 0.5. Okay, so now I can move a little bit out. I just try to match the font. Here we go. All right, and I think this is good enough. Okay, so now the next thing I need to look at it, this line. I try to see the available line as much as I could. So now can you see this will be 1 and 2. So one of these need to connect this section. So now we're gonna have triangle at some point. We have no choice, but we're gonna kind of optimize it. I could see that. Make sure these lines are straight line. Can you see right here? From there, if I switch to 4, you might see better. Let me turn off a image plane. Panel or under show menu on my side view, I can uncheck image plane to disable it. Zoom in a little and try to match that font plane right there. so that it doesn't shift the shape. So now this is look like this at the moment. Here we go. Okay. And at this point, these two sections, I'm gonna let it go for now. Now we have to shift the whole circle inside. To shift it, you go to vertices, vertex, and select all the vertices. This is how I select. I region drag to cover entire area of that inside hole. So now, when you look at on perspective view, can you see I select all the infinite depth on that object? So do not scale, just move it forward so that this is clearance from the body part. If I look at on perspective view, can you see it's clearance now? Now, if it's too high, I feel like mine is too high. I'm gonna lower it down a little bit. Here we go. Just like this. And see, I move in one direction at a time. Z first and then Y. Yes?
Did you rotate the Z at all to get the point facing
Like this?
upwards?
Like this, right? Orientation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what did you rotate? Was it just 90 degrees for Z?
Z.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I mean, when you look at it, you don't have to, hey guys, this is from people who online too, you don't have to concern so much about which axis I do, but look at on your screen. You rotate it first and then see if that's the direction you want, and then check what number has changed.
Right. Okay.
And then you focus on that number.
With, I thought, did you not do anything for rotate X or Y? Because I have rotate X and Y as 90 and Z is 0. But
So it means you build your model wrong direction than mine. Can you look at on perspective view?
yeah.
Mine, the front face is face forward to Z.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, no, mine has the blue arrow pointing forward.
So that's correct then. So
Oh.
it should be the same.
Okay,
This
so
should
I
be
just
only
have-
one rotation.
I just have the flat part of the hexagon facing up instead of the
You gotta keep rotating until you get to the side like this.
right, that's
So it means, I'm not sure what axis did you do, but
okay. I'll just
Yeah.
how you agree with it.
because I mean, if you build in the wrong, different side than mine, your orientation will be different.
Okay.
The way you rotate or move. So, and just remember when you model, try to model them follow the rule axis. So font size is Z direction, positive Z. Top is Y, side is X. Are you okay now?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
it's fine.
So now we're gonna think about which we're gonna have to delete. At this point though, let's see if this is the shape I want. I think, let me look at on the location. This circle is right below the blending right here. So I'm gonna have to move it down more. Here we go. That will be my, and I think this is good. Okay, so you just look at on the reference. Now I could see that this part a little too small. The hole is, oh no, the hole is big enough. I think I move it too far. The whole vertices like that, shift it in a little bit, make it a little closer to the body, and actually is higher based on the picture. It's a little higher, so I could go even higher like this. Okay, so now we're ready. First thing we need to come back to the body. We need to start it to cut. So don't do it yet, guys, just watch. Let me template this so that I won't select it. I'm gonna create another layer to add this object in. This step, you don't have to do it, but if you do, will make things easy for you. And I'm gonna click, this is template, So I could see only line, right? Here we go. Or I can switch to reference, but I can't select. So at this point, I will ensure that I will not touch this model or this shape while I'm trying to cut this face. But I need to see them. So I'm gonna start it to cut. Don't do it yet, just watch and then we do it together. I have to think of, so basically this line, I think this is gonna be, if I do cut like this, and that way, I try to match, and this way, here we go. I want it to be straight line. That's not straight line. And now I have to end somewhere, so I probably has to go all the way up because I'm gonna have to connect from there. So I have to have enough space, which is good. That because, let me backspace. I should cut right on the edge and try to eyeballing it to see if it's straight. And then right here though, I'm gonna go one more and I'm gonna stop right there. Okay. Now, when we do it, we're gonna turn on symmetrical so that we don't have to cut twice. Now, I just want to show you the concept first, and it should look like this, right? And then in somewhere there. So it means it's better to add, oh, no. It's gonna go down more because based on the picture, it's like this. Right there, all the way there. Okay, so a little curve at the end too, I could see it. So it's mean, let me undo. Here we go. So it would look like I could add another loop there. One loop, here we go. Now when I add one loop, it's trying to average span from this level to that level. If you want a straight line, it's really easy. Undo. Another technique, I can go to the side view. Instead of hold control, click and drag like this, I'm gonna click and hold and drag, hold shift to drag straight line. If I add space bar, I can snap, can you see? So, and now it's really straight. Once again, if you hold control and click on the line, Maya will create a evenly distributed percentage from top and bottom section like this. Now, if you hold control at middle mouse click, you add 50% on each span. You can do this. Click outside and hold shift key to get straight line, to cut anything that across that. Now, this technique could cause some problem in the future. If you try to do like you want to cut straight line here, and then you have to drag like this, it will cut everything in straight line. So that will become a problem. But we can fix that by, if I select, this is just a concept. If I select only the face, so it's mean I telling Maya that, okay, I'm gonna cut only the selected face. Can you see? I can cut straight line between selection, but nothing here. So that's another tool that you might need to use in the future, but for our project, you only need this. Just cut like that. Here we go. So now I got a base. So now I can start it to cut more. I'm gonna cut all the way here. And I got to stop somewhere, right? So now if I stop like this, it's okay too, but let's see how the edge flow is when we press 3. It looked like that. So press 1, let me undo cut. What about cut like this? So this is how I do it when I work on my own. I experiment, see which way it cut and less distortion on the shape. This is a little distorted, but I could see it. So it means these are too big to cut that way. We need to make it smaller. So in this case though, we absolutely need to cut like this in order to get enough span to connect this. But we may have to increase just one section here and then stop that somewhere there. So when I press 3, at least it just only distorted only one tiny area. Does it make sense? It's just like when you think on your own, make sure that you hide the triangle somewhere that has less visibility and doesn't get distorted on your model. So we're gonna do it together now. I'm gonna undo all the way. Cut. Here we go. Now, sorry, this is double click happen. It's not a good idea to double click to open Maya more than one window. It takes up so much memory resource. So I have to close that down. Okay, it will be down. Okay, yes.
I have a quick question. So my translation tool for W is crooked.
Oh,
Even for like the new objects that don't even have transformations on them.
it's just because of crooked. Can you try double click on it and reset the tool? I think you might change the what is it? Orientation. Is it fixed?
Yeah, that works. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. All right. So we ready? Started to cut from the top part. Now, if you cut from the top part, might be hard to see. So you will need to change the. Can you see? Because it will be hard for me to figure it out. Like, where is it? Right? Because if I do like this, it might be crooked. It's already crooked. So what I should do is I should start it from the line that are more perpendicular. And they go from there. So it means I have to cut the bottom again. And then here we go. So I try to look at straight line as much as I could. I think that's enough. Here we go. And then you connect these two, change the viewport. I think you better to go up a little one more. I mean, you can try on your own, like connect like this right away. Press 3. Oh, we haven't cut. Let's excuse it. And that might be too much distorted on this section. Can you see? So I'm gonna undo it. Do it again.
Do we need symmetry?
Oh yes, thank you, thank you. Hey guys, forgot. Double click on selection 2. And under symmetry setting, symmetry, object X. Here we go. So now we will get symmetrical. So cut it again one more time. So start it. Oh no. Backspace if you wanted to start it over. Not from there, from the bottom. Sorry, I forgot myself. Because I wanted to get a really nice straight line. Yes.
It seems like my symmetry tool is not working. Like it highlights the line in blue, but it doesn't highlight the other side in blue. If that makes sense at all.
Yeah. Let's see what it is. Okay, go ahead, cut.
Yeah, I have the symmetry tool on.
Okay. And then cut. Turn on cut too.
Right, but it doesn't.
Oh. See. Let's try cut it to see how you just cut it. Okay.
You guys actually need to do this object over.
Yes, you need to. Try it and if it's not, you might have to
Just do it on both sides.
yeah. Okay, so now before we cut the bottom section, we need to insert section. So turn off symmetry at this moment. Symmetry off and leave that window on. Cut from the side view or the front view. Side view would be easier. And
Is it because, do you think the checkbox for partial symmetry is checked, or is it,
cut like that. What happened with your symmetry?
do you think it's something with like, there's a bunch of boxes checked on the symmetry tool?
You can just reset it. Click reset.
And then object X.
Yes. And see if it fixes.
No, it did. I don't know, I guess it's because, maybe it's where like I mirrored the object at some point, but didn't.
I'm not sure. But is it working?
No, with symmetry tool on, it won't let me cut, so I guess I just have to turn off symmetry.
Okay. Let me cut this first. Okay, guys, so I will need more section, so I will cut more span. I will cut one more here to stop continuity. So, and then now I can cut. When you are on front view, you can't see the line. You need to press 4 so that you can see the line. Here we go. Cut down here, straight line. And then connect it. Oh, sorry, forgot to turn on symmetry. Double click on selection tool, symmetry X. So now I can cut again, both sides at one, straight line. And then I'm gonna connect right here. So now I have to go to the top. This part, can you see? I'm gonna actually go up one more span from there. Connect that. Here we go. So that the creasing on triangle hide it somewhere a little higher, so that not many, so we can't really detect it. Here we go. So press 3 to see how it looks. I'll give you a few minutes. It should look like this right now. Let me turn off, let me just template it. Can you see it look like this? Are you looking?
Yeah, I'm just not using the symmetry tool. It's
Strange. Yeah.
But you connect like this up here, right? Like you have to go into the
Right.
interactive there.
Actually, I go one more span here.
Okay.
But you can fix them.
Okay.
I'll wait a little bit. Let me pause the video. And remind me to turn it on. Okay. Continue. And now, when we get to this point, before we started to delete some face and connect, let's go to work from this shape into the shape we want. So I could see that if I, let's turn off symmetry for a moment. And now, right now, if I go to object mode, quick, I want to show you something. When I turn on move to, right now it's on workspace. If I double click on it, change to object mode, can you see the axis change? That because we rotate it. So now, if we want these to match with the workspace, you need to freeze it. So modify freeze transformation. So now it match. So when it's matched, you can turn on symmetry if you need to use with this object. Otherwise, the symmetry will be slightly different orientation.
Do you think that's why it didn't work on my hydrogen?
That might be. So, can you select your body? Can you see any numbers around you?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's it then. So freeze it. And then you should be okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So,
Does freezing, like, I'm sorry,
go ahead, go ahead.
the freezing, like,
The freezing is, hey guys, these command modify and freeze, you actually have to use it all the time for modeler. Before animation, it has to be freeze. So what it does is kind of baking whatever this number is and set to 0. They are not, you cannot just press 0. Press 0 will go back to the origin. But you wanted to bake them, and this is the origin. This side set everything to 0. So, another thing is, guys, the body, when you started to see stack, you can Alt-Shift-Delete. Alt-Shift-D, sorry. It's a shortcut for delete by type history. So right now what we need to do is we need to form this shape. I would try to move without increasing segment. I'm gonna move the edge. I'm gonna go straight line like this. You might need to moving and just make it straight line. Here we go. Actually, you don't have to be precise because we can actually fix them. And now I'm gonna move vertices because it's hard to select. So now I'm gonna figure it out the span. So this is one span, so this has to be right somewhere there. And this is connect to that span. See, that span, it need to match. And hey guys, don't get confused. I really move all the vertices like this because I select like region select, right? Now, on this section though, I could leave that like this, okay? Now, I don't think this is the right way to move. I think I should move like this. It's better because so that the this line is not too dense on this side. Now we need to work on 2 more section here. Can you see there's no span to connect? However, be careful about this. I want to show you something. If you press 3, it look like this, right? This is the circle. Don't worry about the outside. Inside it look like circle. Now if I add span multi-cut, can you see it's not a circle anymore? Can you see that? So it means we got to do something. We can kind of stop that continuity by insert another loop in here to protect it. And you can just loop like in the middle by control and then move your cursor with multi-cut tool and then click with middle mouse. We'll go midway, 50%. So now we can kind of stop that. So what you need to do is don't insert edge loop, just make it like a triangle. Run here. So there will be one triangle there, like this. Now, we better to turn on symmetry at this point. Let me go back. Double click on move to, selection tool or move to symmetry, object mode. We should isolate only this object. Let's go back to the object mode quick. You can isolate selection. So, oh wait. If we isolate it, we won't see it. So let's do a wireframe mode. So that, let me switch to 5 first. I just afraid you get confused. So on side view, I'm gonna start it to split triangle. So I click right and stop to this edge, and then I move my cursor right around there. We can we will have to retouch them later, and then I'm gonna go to perspective view and rotate it. Can you see? Because I need to see the inside, and then click the middle. It will meet with the symmetrical tool. Now when we let go, it's connect. Press enter. We got that segment. Yes.
I know this is like a repeat, but like
So just cut manually.
Just cut.
Yep.
So do I need to speed it up in the same place on the other side?
Right, right. And if it's a little bit off, you can fix them. So cut the bottom part same way. I'm going to use side view first. Cut. Here we go. So that I can figure out where the line is. So the center will be 4 corners, but the top and bottom will be 3 corners, which is okay. And then switch to perspective view. And then I will show you how to, if your symmetrical tool doesn't work, I'll show you how to match them, left and right. It's not that difficult. So now I cut all of this, and I'm gonna go back to side view, move all the vertices like this, and try to match. Doesn't have to be perfect yet, but if you can, do it. Let's match it nicely. Here we go. And I'm gonna start it to move the top to match. Doesn't have to be perfect match, because we can move the vertices by snapping later. Here we go. Hey guys, I forgot one more thing. On the side, I was incorrect. Let me undo backward, because I did not assign another loop on the other side, because that time when I assigned this loop, I did not turn on symmetry. Do you remember? So no big deal, because we loop in 50%. So just hold control with middle mouse click, will be match, left and right. So now I have to recut again with snap tool on, with the symmetry on. Here we go. So start it from here. So now it should be matching. And I got to look at on my side view so that I can locate. And you might have to move over the edge until it's highlight, and then you can click and drag and move it to the area you want it to cut, to split. Go to perspective view so that you can see inside. If you can't see inside, if you move it too close to the body, just switch to wireframe mode. You should be able to see it. Here we go. Oop. Start it from here. Click. Here we go. And then press enter. The inside is not a big deal, because we're gonna have to delete them. Okay. So save you've seen. I'm gonna save my file as. Now today will be 10, because last section 9. So I have 10 files now. More than 10 because I have A and B and C too. Okay. So now you can go ahead, move it right away, or just leave it where it is. It's fine, except for this section. Hey guys, can you see now my left and right? Can you look at my screen quick? They are not matched. Can you see the point? So this is how you fix. You go to sideways and switch to wireframe mode, and just grab one and then try to match them. That's all you need to do. Really simple. There we go. Because when you look at on the profile, you will see the lines are offset left and right. Then you just match them. I mean, even if it's not matched, I think it's gonna look okay, because at the end we're gonna match to this part, like right here. Okay. So it should look like this. Let's press 3 to see how it looks. So this is good. I'm gonna press 1 back quick, and we need to stop continuity on the inside so that it look really sharp circle, right? Right now it's kind of, can you see it's rounded right here? So it just multi-cut tool again. Let's turn on symmetrical. It is symmetrical so that we don't have to do twice. So I cut from this loop, and then the inside, press 3 again. So now it's sharp on that part. We're gonna have to do it on the corner of the main body, but don't do it now because we need to connect them first. If we do it now, we're gonna have more line to connect, and we're gonna have a problem. Okay. So now I could see one problem here, right there. I have more section than I need to. So on the main body, we need to remove this line temporarily, because otherwise you have to cut this all the way again. So just remove the main body, temporary, delete edges. We're gonna add it back because otherwise we won't get a sharp corner on there. So we temporarily remove so that we can connect them.
You just fell under the
You have to do left mouse.
Yeah.
Yep. Because if you press delete on your keyboard on the edge, let me show you. If I delete the edge like this, let me go to this one. Hit delete on my keyboard. The problem is this: left out vertices, and that causes problem. They call isolate vertices or isolate vertex if it want. So now when you're ready, after you delete that section, you might want to do this. I put this in one layer. If you don't put, it's okay. You can do something like this. Select the body, Control 1. Control 1 is this command. Under show menu, isolate selection, view selected. So it means only selection will be view. Everything else will be temporarily hidden. So I want you to delete this face. Open the hole like this, because we're going to connect with the new the other object. Okay. Just like this. If you are not sure, you Control 1 or show isolate vertices, uncheck view selected so that you can see if it's the right delete. So it's correct. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay. Now, go to object mode, select this shape, show menu, isolate selection, and isolate it again so that you can delete the face inside here. Oops. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit delete. Remember, with face, you can just hit delete because we'll delete also delete face, it will delete edge and vertices. Now, go to show menu and uncheck isolate, select, uncheck view selected. You can use shortcut, Control 1, back and forth, back and forth. Here we go. So it looks like this at the moment. Now, to make it become one, what do we need to do? Anybody? People online? Anybody know? To make it become a single object, 2 pieces, what do we do? Say it again. Say it again. Combine, yes. So select both of object, shift right mouse click, and choose combine. Now, we better to turn on border edges because right now the border just same size. There's no identification except for that when you see the gap. So select the object, shift right mouse click, and choose polygon display, toggle border edges. Now you see the border, the thick border. If I don't select, if I press 4, can you see the thick border? That's what we want to see. So we're gonna merge vertices. You can use merge vertices, you can use merge edge, but let's keep it simple because we've been using merge vertices for so long already. So now I'm gonna press 5, right click and choose vertex. I'm gonna snap each vertex. Now this time though, symmetry may not work, but let's try. To snap vertex is this button. Can you see? Snap to point is also vertex, vertices, and point CV curve consider as a point. When I turn it on, can you see it's the square tripod right here on the center square switch to circle, indicate it's snap. So now you can grab that and it will snap the closest neighbor. And hey guys, symmetry work for me, so good. Okay, if it's not work for you, don't use it. So you might need to switch to 4 so that you can see the other side does the same. Here we go. And I'm going to switch back to 5 again, grab. And basically you just try to snap it. Yes.
I have an uneven amount of vertices. Like there's 3 on the top where there should only be like, I guess there should only be a set.
Hold on one moment. Okay, after you snap, it should look like this. Go ahead.
So I got the first part right here.
Yeah.
And then when I go in here, there's 1, 2, 3, and there's only 1 vertices. Right there.
Oh, because you. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, because I added an edge loop on here when I was building my hyperface.
Oh, so remove it first,
Okay, it is.
and then you add it back later, like what we did with that form,
Okay, so.
to optimize everything. So, I mean, if you don't have, in the future, if you have more vertices than I am, you have to split more.
Okay, well, there's. Okay.
Just try to make sure that they match. Do anything you can, like increase or decrease some. So that's why we decided to. That's why I decided to have triangle right here. So basically, if you have triangle there, you can split all the way. So one more line here. So you will have 2 triangle. So this is kind of a problem solver. So if you have more line, you have to add more line. If you have less, get less. Yes. And that's why I removed this line on the body so that I can connect them correctly, and then I'm going to insert it back. Okay, so now when you already snap it, you need to go in each pair. I mean, it's really turn off the snap when you're done. Using selection tool, you might need to switch to 4 so that you can see it. And go ahead, shift select, hold shift key and region select on each corner. I turn on symmetry. So, because when you region drag like this, let me deselect quick. Let me turn off a symmetry. I want to make sure you understand this. The reason that I changed to wireframe mode so that I know that I select only this corner. Can you see on my cursor? I select only that corner and I look at on my poly count. The vertices selection is set to, so it means I do it right. If you just do only one click, can you see when I do one click, it's become 1. Because select, there are 2 vertices on top of each other. When you do one click, it will select only the top vertices. If you do region drag like this on the corner, you will select entire vertices that stack up on that area. I'm gonna turn on symmetrical and do it again. So now I got hey guys, symmetrical doesn't really work. When I turn on symmetrical to select, I got only 3. It's supposed to be 4. So I'm gonna turn off my symmetry. Now see, when I do manually, I got 4 corner because it's 2 side, and just keep adding. You're gonna get a even number, not odd number. Here we go. So I got 18 vertices, so it's 6, 18, it's 9 pair. So now can you look at my screen quick? After I do that, I just choose merge vertices, open up option. Right now it said within 0.01 threshold on each pair will be merged. So now I got 9, but I still have some of the, I forgot to select this. Let me select. So I have, 6 more 3, so more than 18 pair, more than 9 pair, guys. We 10, 11 pair. Here we go. So now I'm done. Yes, hold on. I'm done. Hold on one moment. So I'm done. Can you see? So now if I press 3, it will look like this. Basically, I'm done. Okay. So I'm gonna press 1 back, and it looked like that.
So I'm creating a ton of indents when I move these edges. Like for instance, I would
Oh, so in that case, can you undo and then you insert on the small body instead? You have no choice.
so I need to insert more vertices on this one.
Yes, not on the main body. Sorry.
So
Just
should I
undo it.
undo it?
You should be able to go down. You have 50 times. Oh, wait, by default, set to infinite. So keep going.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Did you have enough? That's it. Okay. So now you have to insert more section.
Okay,
So let's snap that to top area first. No. Try to snap it. Go to wireframe. It's easier to see. Turn on move to. Turn on snap. Here we go. So now go back and try to cut more. 5. Here we go. So you need more section. Look at the main. So let's split from here to there. And then go ahead and move. You have to execute first. And then that's it. And then move, snap the vertices to the available point. Q is a shortcut to select. W is move. OPT so that you can snap. Just snap it from outside so that you can see where you snap. Yep. And then you just snap to that vertices. Oh. You can grab the center of it when you do snap. Grab the center of the circle and look at from there. In that case, you want to turn off the symmetry. You can't skip.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And that's it, and then you have to cut more, and then I think when you have more segment, you will get full corner, so that's good.
Okay, so should I just keep cutting from this point right here?
Yeah, for now. Actually, you can do a little loop to the top. Oh no, you can't. Oh wait. Oh yeah, it's already 3 corners, so you can't. Yep, and then just keep going. Okay guys, I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna take a break a little bit, and we're gonna do the S so that I can wait for some people here. So right now, if I press 3, I think 3 it looks good. I may not need to let me stop continuity on the body back. Can you see? Now, this is the body. Can you look at on my screen quick? When I do the body to insert it, it loop all the way down here. Can you see? So now when I press 3, this becomes so sharp. Can you see that problem? So what I need to do is, I need to split that. So I'm gonna split it. But instead, I'm gonna stop continuity from here to there. If it changed the shape so much, I will do different way, but I want to see it first. So I use this way, and I'm gonna get rid of this line. Can you see I double click on that loop and then delete? Here we go. I don't like that. That's not good. So let me try press 3. Actually, it looks really good on 3, but I don't like the layout here. So let me get rid of, let me get rid of all so that I can start it over. I want to show it to you. So what we need to do is when I do loop here, it will go all the way. I'm gonna let that all the way go, but I'm gonna remove it. Remove only this section. Oops. Sorry, let me remove this first. Delete. And that one. Delete. And then I can double click the leftover. See that? The leftover. Delete. So now look like this. So these I will redirect it. I will let it stop right here. Like this. Stop it there. I'm gonna get rid of these edges right here. Delete. So that is 3/4. Let me look. So it looks okay. Can you see? So this is better. So once again, we have triangle, but just small area. Now, how about if I press 3, can you see these edges are not sharp? What if I wanted to make it really sharp? So I could do that, but we will not cut. We will use extrude face technique instead. Let me go to here. Like this. So if I do extrude, and then I offset, let's say 0.1, can you see? So there's line stop continuity there. I might have too much line because I have in here too. Can you see? So I could remove that first. Oops, delete, sorry. Here we go. And then now when I press 3, see it's sharp on the edge. So the reason that I remove the inside because we cut it right, and then it's just too much line. It can be eliminated some, and now these lines are a little overlap. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to get rid of this line for now. Here we go. So now I can recut it again because of the lines overlap. Here we go. Now this time it's not overlap. It's still circle. Now same thing as this side. Need to go back, do it again one more time. Okay. Select all the face. Oh, this time let's remove this loop first. Here we go. So that we won't get confused. And then I select face, all the face, this section. I mean, this section we cannot cut because it will cut to the some face that we don't want it to cut. We just want a stop continuity. That's all we need. So now I can see this line need to be out. Can you see when it's overlapped like this? Don't waste your time trying to fix it. Delete it. And then you recut it. Easier and faster. So now I got the shape I want. Sharp corner and maintain circular. So this is what I want you to really pay attention when you do on your own. Now if you follow me and then you get it right, basically this will become your project one. Basically. So you just need to build the base by yourself. I will help you on the S shape on the chains and the hole on the cap, because the hole on the cap is a little complex. So I will help you right there on the cap. Let's see. You don't see it here. Right there. That's a little complex for beginner. So we will do that together when we cut this hole. And we will do bolt together on Friday. So basically Friday will be my last lecture. No, not last. Will be last lecture only for the model and the lighting when I come back on because next week I won't be here, guys. Next week will be your studio time. You still ask me, you still able to contact me and get answer on something. Just email. One moment. Hey guys, my model, see the hole is too low. I can grab all the vertices inside and I can still move it. I'm gonna shift this section up too. Okay. I want the line to look a little better, and then I'll help. One moment. Might be too close, but we'll see. So here we go. Let me save. And let me pause the video quick.